guys, and welcome to another Mad Chitty video. Today is the first video recorded with my wonderful Thrustmaster joystick. I had a look, as I said, unfortunately this game doesn't have a mouse yoke, so I was looking around for a cheap joystick, and I found Thrustmaster's quite old now, I think, USB joystick for sale on Amazon, brand new, just £28. It is brand new. I highly recommend you guys check it out if you are looking for a budget joystick. It is literally called Thrustmaster USB joystick. That's literally the name. And compared to the 110, 140, 150 pound range of Thrustmaster joysticks currently, this thing's actually really good. It's only £28. I've never actually used more expensive ones, but I've got to say I've done a few landing challenges in the Airbus. I haven't actually tried it out on some private planes. I haven't yet, but it feels really good. So it's only got it's only got 4 buttons, one of which is a little sort of swivel button, the other 3 are proper buttons, one of which is perfectly positioned for like a gun firing in something like War Thunder, or push to talk in something like Flight Sim. It's got a bit of a small throttle axis built in, very, very small, but as from experience, I've done 2 landing challenges now, and this thing feels pretty nice. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and introduce what on earth I'm doing in this video. Enough of the joystick. We're going to be doing some bush trip. So bush trips are basically like VFR tours that I was doing with Fly UK in the old sim. They're called bush trips, and I thought I was originally going to do them as a stream series, but because of getting the new PC, the delay on streams, and the fact I've been doing a few more videos, I think we may as well make it into a bit of a video series. And I also remember I will, of course, have less time to do streams, because, believe it or not, this is the last week I have of full free time. Week after, from the Monday this week, the 24th, that week there is the last one I have of full free time. After that, we'll be going back to my old streaming schedule, because, of course, I will be busy during the day, so it will just be Wednesday evenings and Saturday mornings and Sunday mornings if I'm free. So very limited. So obviously as I've been less busy over the last few months and everything, that is why we've had more streams. So we're going back to normal, meaning there is room for some more videos. So I think might as well make it a video. So I was looking at the different bush trips. I was thinking may as well do one within Europe to start with. This one is called we're going from Rijeka to Santorini in the Balkans. So Santorini's over in well, actually it says the country Santorini. I thought it might have been Greece. And it is 16 legs we're going to be doing today. Not today. 16 legs in all, 16 episodes. We're going to do 1 flight per episode. Some of them are very long. The longest one apparently is going to take 56 minutes, and the shortest one just taking 10 minutes. So, but I'm just going to do 1 video per leg. Now, obviously, even the longer flights should keep you guys entertained because it's in little mini things. Each leg is in little mini breaks. And in all, we're going to be flying this Cessna 172 Skyhawk, and we're going to have a flight length of 950 miles. So this will probably be uploaded around my normal schedule of the Training Academy that is being uploaded. So obviously all the Training Academy vids were done with an Xbox controller, so it may be a bit confusing for the next week and a half. Some videos will be done with an Xbox controller, others will be done in a joystick. This is the first one with a joystick that I've been recording. It's because of how I've recorded them. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. We're going from Rijeka to, I don't know what the airport's called. Is that it there? Yeah, Autocatch, something like that. The first one of which is, the first airport we're taking off from is a grass airfield. So on my streaming PCs, you can see there's the route we're taking on the coast. Very nice. But initially, we're going to be doing this on medium. My streaming PC can handle high end, or I may turn it down to medium 1 for the sake of it looking the same in all my videos and streams, and 2 because obviously streaming on OBS does impact the performance. By the time I get VATSIM running as well, it might dock the FPS a little bit, so maybe we'll end up running medium just so we can get a nice steady frame rate. But here we are letting it. By the looks of the photo of this airfield, it was a grass airfield, but I guess not. So we'll let it load in. Obviously, it does stutter a little bit when it first loads in. My i5 was stuttering for about 2 minutes. That's why I had to get a new PC, honestly. This one, with the Ryzen 7 in it, only stutters really for a couple of seconds, really, 10 seconds, and then it's good. So you can see this is our nav log. Now I'm going to keep this here for you guys. Might try and make it quite small so we can see what we're doing properly. So you can see, right, we're going to just keep it nice and steady. So point... Oh great, how have I done this? So point number 1, welcome to the Balkans. Your tour begins in Croatia, the land of 1,000 islands, as you depart from Rijeka Airport, which is where we are now. Head southeast toward the coastline. In the distance, look for a landlocked small bay. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. And then head past it to the hook-like bay and small coastal town of Silo. So that's the first plan. Obviously, we are doing all of this VFR, so it's going to be a little bit interesting. We may get lost along the way. Let me just get my bearings quickly. So we're currently heading... actually, we're currently facing southeast. So, literally just straight on. Head southeast towards the coastline. After that, we're going to be carrying on south down the coastline. Follow the heading towards a gap between 2 large hills. So we'll get underway. Hopefully I'll be able to piece together what on earth I'm doing here. We've got trim. I haven't got trim buttons on my... Actually, never mind. I have some spare buttons to trim on my joystick. So before we start, let's go ahead and get that all set up quickly. So there's going to be elevator trim down. Down, and elevator trim up. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that is now done. So I now have a trim button, should I need it. Right now, I want it to, it's just, literally just above takeoff, but there, and that should be good enough for takeoff. And, yeah, I don't know about the flaps. Do they need to be set, really? I mean, we're not that heavy, are we? Let's go ahead and go out of here. So I've got a bit of a small throttle axis, but it's good enough. Go and turn off the, oh, no, mind, I thought we had to turn off the parking brake, but no mind. Get a bit more power. However, there you go, the rudder wasn't working at first there. I don't exactly know why. But the rudder wasn't working. Right, SB's live. I'm flying with a yoke, of course. No, not a joystick. And this plane has a yoke, so it may get a little bit confusing, but should be alright. There's 60 knots. We'll go ahead and pitch up. It's not that sensitive, really, this thing. It's pretty decent. I'm still trying to get the hang of it. I've only ever flown the Airbus with this thing so far, so if I'm a bit poor at it, excuse me. But in the air we go. So I'm going to head southeast roughly 2 minutes 50. So we'll go ahead and start our clock. No auto throttle on this thing, so we'll have to try and handle it. But we want to let it, like, sort of roughly... I need to trim it correctly, really. So you can see we're heading southeast now. And we're looking for... We're looking for a landlocked small bay. Is that the landlocked small bay? Yep, that looks landlocked to me, or maybe not, I don't know. That maybe, is that the landlocked bay? Nope. I don't really know, I'm heading southeast. It doesn't give an exact heading, it just says southeast, which is roughly 130. I'll go ahead and trim out the plane a little bit now. But yeah, this thing's actually very nice to handle, really, so I'm very impressed with my little joystick. So, right, landlocked bay, is that thing that we see here? How do I turn up the range? There we go, that looks like the landlocked bay we're talking about. We're looking for a town as well, so that might be a pretty good indication of what on earth we're doing. So we're looking for a small town. The town of Silo. Hang on a minute, is that the town of... I mean, that looks like a landlocked bay to me over there. I may have to use the get me back on track feature. If I do, excuse that. But actually, never mind. Is that the town of Silo? No, it's only been 2 minutes. That's the town of Silo. I think this is the landlocked bay. I know it's not totally landlocked, but it's close enough. It's definitely a bay. That's for certain. Small bay, yeah, that's pretty good. And then the hook-like bay. Yeah, that's a hook-like bay. And small coastal town of Silo. That looks like a little town. So I think we've done that. Carry on facing south down the coast. Okay, yeah, the coastline faces south. And you can see we're roughly 2 minutes 48 in, so it's kind of adds up, doesn't it? Make sure the flaps are up as well. Yeah, there they are. And so we're pretty much level now, and you can see we're just going to head south down the coast. Carry on, follow the heading towards a small gap. Small gap. So 2 large hills in the distance. Oh dear, I'm going to totally mess this up, aren't I? Right, those look like 2 large hills. So right now we want to head south along the coast, so we'll just make a little right turn. We'll reset the clock and start it again. We're looking for 3 minutes 35 on the clock then, somewhere along those lines, and now we're at cruising speed. And we'll go ahead and turn ourselves to the south then. Yeah, those look like 2 big hills over there. And after that, we are track along State Road D102 heading southeast, bringing you to the resort settlement of Baska, a cultural and historical centre situated on the Baskanska Draga. Okay, I'm learning a lot more about geography here. Oh boy, this will be good for geography, this will. Anyway, we're heading straight along, and if you guys don't know, I am actually quite interested in geography. I guess it's why I like planes so much. Oh, I accidentally throttled back. The throttle axis is very small and very sensitive, so I'll have to watch that. I managed to get it trimmed out pretty good, actually. It's a very nice little thing, actually, this joystick. It's very good. I'm really liking it. So, if I zoom out, we may actually see our landing airport on this thing. Or not. We're going to LDRO, we're looking for. There it is, look, LDRO. So that's pretty good, that's a good sign. Hang on a minute, am I meant to be on the other coast? Over there. Have I messed something up? But these look like 2 hills, to be fair. And actually, that looks like a road, look. You can see there, look, that's a road on the map. So, for now we're just heading, in fact it said head south, actually. So, follow the heading towards a gap between 2 large hills. Now, I'm guessing that's that, right? Maybe? I'm not the best at this, to be honest. I don't know a lot. I'm getting some lovely FPS right now. I'm getting good 35 FPS, and that's while recording, remember. So obviously if I stop recording, the frame rate will go up a little bit. I'm going to trim a little bit down again, because I increased the throttle. So you can see there's a gap between 2 hills, but there, look. Maybe. Yeah, that looks like a gap between 2 large hills. And then we need to follow a road. Now, that looks like a road. Is that the road in question? Follow the heading, and then track along State Road 102, southeast. So if I turn southeast now, it'll bring us to a resort settlement. Now, I'm not really sure. So if I said southeast, look, that looks like a road, doesn't it? That looks like... maybe I should have got on Google Maps, but that looks like a road to me. And I don't see any roads over here. Nope, I do not see any... Actually, is that it there? That looks like a gap between 2 hills. That might be the road, and that makes sense then. If I head to that road, if it's around 3 minutes 35, I know for a fact that it's the right road. Because I'm currently at a pretty decent cruising speed. I'm at a pretty decent cruising speed right now. So if I reach there around 3 minutes 30, I know that's the correct one. I said I will probably end up making a massive mess of this. You've got to take that into account. I do not know a lot about VFR flying. It's kind of my first experience at VFR flying, but this road looks a lot larger. It is a state road. I'm guessing that means it's quite large. I don't know really. I'm not that good with that sort of thing. Let the aircraft... I don't know, the aircraft is still now... Can't seem to get the trim right. Although I'm not even moving that much. I'm not even moving the trim that much. So it shouldn't really do much. You can see there, look, there's clearly a road down there on the GPS, and that, in fact, is a gap between two hills. There's 3 minutes 35 just gone as well, and remember I started the clock pretty much good, and that looks like a pretty large road, I have to say. And actually, yeah, this is a gap between two large hills, otherwise known as a valley. Maybe that would have been a bit better described if it said valley. But yeah, clearly there. So make a little left turn, I think I made, so there you go, we've done the right thing. And then from the bay, so we need to head on the Bay of Baskanska Draga. Okay, this, I don't know much, obviously, as I said, I'm not doing awesome. As you pass over Senj, no, but this is the next one. From the bay, follow the rocky shoreline southeast. We're already heading southeast. I may have messed something totally up here. Rocky shoreline where? Unless that's rocky. Make your way across the waters, gaining altitude as you go. Soon you'll arrive at Senj, a small bayside town on the upper Adriatic coast. So this is not... So right now we're just tracking along the road quite nicely. We're at a pretty decent altitude, really. And we're looking to cross the water along this rocky shoreline here. And you can see there, down there is the road that we're following. So that's perfect. We should see, after about 2.5 minutes, on the coast, a cultural and historical centre, the settlement of Baska. So we should see a town. There it is, in fact. That looks like Baska. Over there, look. So we want to follow, just stay southeast. This is really good fun, actually. I really like this. It's quite a good idea, I think, this whole bush trip thing. I think it's a really good idea. So, I'm just basically crossing them off as we go. So this is number 3. Now, and we'll reset the clock after about 2.5 minutes, it reckons. I think we're going mildly too quickly. I don't know. But you can see there isn't another rocky shoreline round here. That's the only thing I can think of. And we are heading southeast already, so that kind of adds up. And it does say we need to gain some altitude, which I agree with. So I think we need to trim it up a little bit and climb. Give it a bit more power, and we'll get to climbing. Because as you can see there, look, the altitude does clearly go up. From the bay, follow the rocky shoreline southeast. When you reach the shore's end, make your way across the waters of the Velebitsky Canal, gaining altitude as you go. So we're looking for a canal on the other end of this. I don't actually see a canal there, so I may have messed something up. I do not see any water on that MFD. However, the airport that we're aiming for, LDRO, is somewhere over there. So it does actually, clearly we're actually heading in a pretty good direction. So right now I'm just doing a very simple climb, really. Very slow climb. I don't really know what it means by canal. What canal? There's 2.5 minutes. Look, so we'll go ahead and restart that. And start it again. And get rid of this one. So from the bay, follow the rocky shoreline. That's that there. Southeast. So we're currently heading southeast, about 130 on the heading. So when you reach the shore's end, make your way across the waters of the Velebitsky Canal. So that's what I mean. Look, I don't actually see a canal anywhere. So I'm not sure if I've messed something up here. But I do not see a canal. I don't see any water whatsoever. And you can see we are clearly heading southeast along the rocky shoreline. And we've just come out of this gap between two hills. So I'm pretty sure I'm doing something right. I'm just not totally sure. So this is my first time doing this, guys, remember? So I've got to remember this. So I may end up going wrong, but luckily we do still have a GPS. It's a bit weird of this game to really give me a plane with a GPS, because it means even if I get lost, it doesn't actually matter. Because we have a GPS, so we can technically just fly direct to the airport using the GPS and not get penalised, because we haven't. As long as you don't use the VFR map, you can still get the achievement for doing this bus trip. So that's what we'll try and do. So currently, so it's meant to be a 2 minute and 53 minute trip along this bit, and then as you pass over Senj, look for State Road. Oh, hang a minute, wait. No, yeah, this is this one. As you pass it, so we're looking for a town called Senj. Yeah, I may have messed something up here. I may have just totally messed up. I do not see any town. I don't think we'll be getting to any town anytime soon. So I think I may have messed something a little bit up, but you know. So we're looking for a small bayside town. So we're looking for a bayside town of some kind, and I do not see one. But we are along the rocky shoreline, so I think I am doing this correctly. I don't know what that white line is across there. Look, is that a road? Because we are meant to be following State Road D23, carving a path up a slope in the cliffside. So we are. Oh dear, I'm not doing very good here, am I? So, I don't see a canal anywhere. That's my issue. I have to be looking for a canal here, and we're heading southeast. We're along the rocky shoreline, but where is this canal? That's my worry. Right now, we're meant to be really seeing something. Look, down here, and I do not see, unless this is the canal, but it's a bit big for a canal, isn't it, really? As you pass over Senge, look for State Road D20. So that may be State Road D23. But I don't actually see any town. I don't see any town that way. Unless, hang a minute, wait, is that a... Where's this airport? Have I gone... Nope, okay, the airport is to the left of where we are right now. So I can just head direct to the airport and hope for the best. Because I really don't see this canal that apparently we're looking at. Because if I continue heading that way like I think, we're going to end up in the wrong place. But there's no town. I'm thinking possibly... Hang a minute. Is that a town? That may be a town, and that may be a path up the cliffside. Although it's not exactly southeast then, is it? It's northeast. But it is heading towards the airport. So, because you can see there's the airport we're looking for, LDRO. So, because helpfully this game gave us a GPS. Without that, I'd probably be totally dead. And you can see there is the town. So as you pass over, look for State Road D23, carving a path up the slope in the cliffside. So I'm guessing State Road D23 is one of these. So there it is, look, actually, that's it there, look. I think that's the road we're looking for. I'm going to continue climbing. For some reason, even though I didn't touch the trim, it suddenly started pitching downward. So, that makes sense. I think maybe that's why it took a bit longer to do, because of how I did it slightly wrong. So if you pass the local State Road D23, let it lead you to a deep green valley, enclosed by ridges. Yep, there we go. There is a deep green valley. That's very green, in fact. I think that is State Road D23. And in fact, it does say here, look, next up, look for a major motorway. And that looks like a motorway, look. So I think we're back on track. I just had... maybe the rocky shoreline. Look, actually, never mind. It's still basically off the rocky shoreline. I just couldn't see Senge until we were a little bit closer. There it is, look. I'm pretty sure that's Senge. And I'm pretty sure this is the Green Valley with State Road D23. And it does add up, because if you look, we are heading directly towards LDRO. So that's pretty good. So we want to let this run for like 2 minutes. After following D23 for a stretch, so straight stretch basically, look for a motorway A1 at Zutalokva. This is hilarious. This is really fun. I'm really enjoying this. So we're looking for, there it is. There is our D23 road. So we're looking for a motorway. I'm pretty sure that's the road in question. Anyway, maybe this road. There's an awful lot of roads around here. I'm pretty sure that the motorway is that road there. I'm pretty sure that's the motorway. And I'm pretty sure this is the state road we're meant to be following along here. Yes, I think this is the state road. You can see there it winds its way up, look. So from Senge, it comes up this way, and then follows its way along this way up there, look. And it's very green all around here, so it adds up. However, the motorway I don't see. I don't see a motorway anytime nearby, really, but I don't know, these timings maybe aren't quite correct. I'm not totally sure about these timings. But you can see there, look, we are closing in on the airport. If I zoom out, you can see we are pretty much we're pretty good with the airport. Just climbing it a little bit. And so I think our motorway should be somewhere around here. Look, I think our motorway, maybe, I don't think, actually that's 20-mile range. I don't think it's that far. So, oh, never mind, actually, I forget, there we go. So we actually want to follow this road for 5 minutes. Look, it's another 2.9 minutes. That doesn't make any sense. But okay. After following D23 for a stretch. Yeah, so this is a straight bit, look, that we're following right now. And it winds all the way through the mountains. I may be following that may be the D23 there, I don't know. But I think this is the D23. It's quite hard to follow through all these trees, to be honest. But I'm quite enjoying this. So it's good fun. You can see there's the airport, look. I want to follow this a little bit more. There's our road. So we want to follow it for a stretch and then head southeast from the interchange. Although we're already heading southeast right now. As the A1 motorway tunnels through hills and eventually leads you to the Gaka River. Just east of the river, on the perimeter of the karst field, is the town of Otokach. Maybe. Excuse the pronunciation. So we're still following this road along southeast, and you can see there's the airport. Look, it's less than 20 miles away now, so it adds up. This stretch was apparently meant to take 21 minutes, though I think it's taken a little bit longer than 21 minutes, so maybe, I don't know, I'm at full throttle, so I don't think I'm going too slowly. Maybe, though, I've slightly messed something up, is probably more likely. However, at the end of it, you know, maybe even if I have taken a slightly slower route, as long as we get there in the end, I'm alright. So I'm greatly enjoying this. Wait, what? I can see my VFR map on my second monitor. What on earth? Okay, I think something's gone a bit weird there. Off. There you go, yeah, the VFR map was on my second monitor there, magically. I couldn't even see it, though. So that doesn't technically count. And it's the back on track feature that the game penalises. So you can see we're back here with this big town now. But still, I do not see a motorway. I mean, a motorway must be quite noticeable, right? It must be pretty big. We were meant to be following this road for 4 minutes and let's say 5 minutes we're meant to be following it for. Obviously, I think we are going maybe a little bit too slowly. But we're heading southeast, pretty much normal. Head southeast as the A1 tunnels through hills. But as I said, it's a motorway. I mean, we must see it. This is the road we've been following, look. Here you go, that might be Zootolokva, look. The town. I think that might be Zootolokva. So, is this the motorway? I think this may be the motorway, you know. I mean, it's still a bit small. That doesn't look like a motorway. That's not quite big enough for a motorway, really. But I believe this might be the motorway we're following here. If I make a left turn, that puts us east, and it does put us on track with the airport. So it makes sense that is where our airport in question is. I mean, it doesn't look that big really for a motorway, but it was by a town, and it has happened at the correct time. So I'll go ahead and start this. Head southeast from the interchange. So you look southeast from the interchange. We're not heading southeast right now, we're heading east. Eventually it leads you to a river. So there's the river in question, look. I can see it on our map. And you can see there it is our... Yeah, I think this may be the motorway. I mean, the thing is, it just looks the same as the other road we were following before. I mean, there's no... who knows. So just east of the river, on the perimeter of the field is the town. Running southeast out of Otokach, look for the state road D50 to lead you past dense patches of forest towards a grass airstrip. So we're looking for a grass airstrip once we get a bit closer. However, we're not quite there yet. I think this is the motorway in question. I don't actually see any other big roads anywhere. So, you know, using my logic, it has to be. Because there isn't another one. I probably totally messed this up, but to be fair... we're still getting quite close to the airport, so I'm not complaining. No matter, even if I have messed this up a little bit, I'm not complaining. So we'll head straight along the A1 as it tunnels through hills. So are we going? Yeah, we're going through hills. So it doesn't, and in fact there, it looks like there's a bit of a tunnel. So it makes sense that we are following the correct road. So I think we are doing what we're meant to be doing. Just east of the river lies the town. And then southeast out of the town is the airport. So we want to head east. So east of the river in question. So I think we'll turn east now because I can see the river. That looks like the river to me. So it should be east of the river. So we'll just keep heading east. And then it should be southeast. No, for State Road D50. And then on the eastern side, we should see the airport. So we'll just keep heading east now until we reach the river. So we should see, and you can see that. I'm so glad this game's given us a GPS, because that is a massive help. Clearly, a massive help. So I think this line here, no, that's not the river. I don't know what that line is then. It doesn't look like a major road. So I don't really know what that line was. And yeah, up ahead, I think I was meant to be slightly further down the left. I think that's why a lot of the things in this have not made much sense, honestly. I think we were meant to go from the road. I think we were meant to follow this road and then meet up with the river. See, look, it leads us to the river, but I'm not following any road right now. I'm actually just going on my own. See, that's the motorway, I think, there. That's the motorway we were meant to be following. So somewhere earlier on, I think I did something wrong. Earlier on, I think I definitely did something wrong. But never mind, as it has actually led us to the airport anyway. Although I think I was following a slightly wrong road. So, you know, alternative routes, I guess. Because by the looks of the GPS, our airport is just ahead of us. There's the river in question. There's the motorway, look. So clearly, I should have headed over this way. Maybe I headed the wrong way out of the airport initially and then ended up following the wrong directions, possibly. I don't know. But we're looking for State Road D50. That looks like it there. And then we're looking for a grass airstrip. So we're going to start descending a little bit now. There's the grass airstrip. I see it. Right, let's throttle back then and get ourselves in a pattern, as we learned in the training academy, to land. So as I said, even though we haven't totally followed these instructions, we have ended up at the airport with no VFR. Well, to be fair, we have got a GPS. Without the GPS, maybe it would have been a bit more difficult. But without using the any assistance other than our plane and our eyes that we see inside the sim, we have completed a flight. So the airport is there. Look, that's the airport in question. So we'll just go ahead and we'll fly a traffic pattern. So we'll go ahead and turn right now. And we'll go ahead and put the flaps out for landing. You can see there, flaps 100%. And we'll go ahead and bleed off the speed. It'll be a bit of a rough landing as I'm still learning this joystick, but we should be pretty good. So we should see somewhere, there it is, there's our runway. So we're going to go ahead and make a right turn. Obviously we'll have no pappy lights or anything to judge this. It's going to be a grass runway, so I highly doubt there's any assistance of any kind. So we'll go ahead and turn right now. So we'll go ahead and turn right and level it back off, just like we learned in the... And I want to have a little look. Actually, I can't have a look. I need to use the mouse for that, and I haven't got access to that because I'm using a joystick just at the moment. So we turn right, we should see the airport, providing I've done this traffic pattern correctly. Yep, there is the airport. Perfect. Well, there we go. Despite not totally following the correct navigational instructions, we found our way by following roads and then using the river as guidance. Obviously, it does help that we had that GPS system. But down we go. It's very smooth to fly with this joystick. It's very nice. I'm well impressed for £28. I was expecting something a bit worse than this. It's pretty amazing. I mean, obviously, whether it'll last, who knows? But it's doing pretty good. Right, we'll go ahead and ease ourselves back Oh, a bit of a rough one. Get on the brakes. Use my little rudder, and there we go. We are down. Like, what's the game gonna do now? We've stopped. I mean, what do I do now? There we go. It registered it, and we did it in 29 minutes. So we were about 7 minutes, 8 minutes longer than planned. But we did pretty well. I was no 26 minutes. I don't know whether I said 29. That was 26 minutes 45 seconds. That was. So I'm very happy with that. That was really, really good. So we'll go ahead and head back to the bush trip menu then. And there we go. I am really impressed with that. 26 minutes of flying, so 5 minutes over in the end. Not too bad at all, really, to be honest. I am very, very happy. So I think that is it from me. Hope everyone did really, really enjoy this video. Be sure to subscribe for more videos on this fantastic simulator. And I hope you really enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one, and bye-bye!